Let me not then die ingloriously and without a struggle, but let me first do some great thing that shall be told among men hereafter. Homer, the Iliad. Hi, colleagues. This is Todd Elliott with a discussion on the relevance of learning about Western civilization, Western freedoms. I find the topic for this week's discussion intriguing for a couple of main reasons. First, because of its considerable influence on what we know about the world today. And second, because it's sometimes a controversial subject in a politically correct age. And there's nothing like a little bit of controversy or drama to spice up history. What do you think about when you contemplate on the term Western civilization? For me, a few things come to mind, many of them up through antiquity, starting with the Greek New Testament, which thankfully has been printed in a language that I'm familiar with, to literary works that we may or may not have enjoyed, such as that Greek classic that I quoted from the Iliad, or one of my favorite modern writings actually, Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, which has been a favorite of mine since my teenage years. That phrase that I mentioned in the Iliad presents itself in a way that touches upon ideals and values that linger to this day. So you may have guessed that Western civilization is relevant for myself and for many of us because of classical thought and ideals which permeate much of our society, what we refer to as the West. We've had a variety of literature to review this week in preparation for this assignment. And we've all learned together that there are notions to compare and contrast from the different scholars that have been presented to us this week. For example, Bradley Burzer's article, What Exactly is the West?, paints a rather utopian picture of it, and describing it as the land of the gods, or the blessed realm, where high ideals predominate. Any shortcomings are easily dismissed. On the flip side, Kwame Anthony Appiah finds Western civilization to be a modern construct, writing, quote, culture, like religion and nation and race, provides a source of identity for contemporary human beings. And like all three, it can become a form of confinement, conceptual mistakes underwriting moral ones, unquote. Somewhere along middle ground, Alexander Rosenthal of the Petrarch Institute considers Western civilization to encompass the very way we perceive freedom. Indeed, Rosenthal finds that Christianity and classical Greek philosophy find common ground in a freedom established through morals, virtues, and individualism. All of them have important things to say. All of these writers have important things to say about the topic, but it's coming at us through particular lenses of these different authors. Now, I believe that one of the reasons why our topic is sometimes dismissed today is because of our tendencies to go from one extreme to another. Even with the do no wrong concept presented by Burzer, there's a danger in disdaining Western civilization because there are elements in it that we don't like. Racism, sexism, slavery are examples. They are in there. However, we can appreciate the higher goals of freedom and liberty that we enjoy today. Lawrence Birken's article, What is Western Civilization?, cautions against a sweeping definition for Western civilization when the attempt to forge an unbroken chain linking ancient Greece, the Roman Empire, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment to the United States in favor of a limited interpretation. Western Civ, after all, wasn't produced in a vacuum. The specificity makes room for studying other cultures at large in a world that's becoming increasingly connected to others. In fact, the United States is such an amalgamation of cultures that it would be easy to argue that supporting that Western core are a variety of cultures and subcultures lending themselves to this American experiment. So, I'm looking forward to learning more about the development of Western freedoms with each of you. My prayer is that each of us comes away with a better understanding of the subject and our place in it. Thank you.